Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Moon Man, coming to you from the world famous SoCal Motoplex here in Victorville, California. Today I want to go over some specs and features of the 2024 Yamaha R1. We just got this bike in. He's been a little bit tough to get lately. The rumor is that the end of 25, you're no longer going to be able to get Japanese leader bikes. I think Ducati and BMW are going to continue, but for us it looks like the end is nigh. The 25 does have a few upgrades. One of the things I think mainly for me is it's going to come with the front fairing ventrals. Kind of don't like that for street use, great for racing, but if you guys are monkeying around on the street, which most people with the R1 are probably doing, I don't know if that's the wisest thing, but if you got to have that and a couple other little bits are going to be different on the 25. Essentially, the horsepower, weight, the bike itself is exactly the same. The R1 has a wet weight, not dry, but a wet weight, meaning soaking wet, all fluids, petroleum products, 448 pounds. I think that's pretty notable. Most of you know that there's an R1M that has carbon fiber fairings and a couple other little changes. Way more money. This bike's $18,999 and the R1M is about double that. And actually it weighs 2 pounds, I think, more than this bike does. So for bang for the buck, this is your bike. Super reliable, has the cross-plane crank CP4 motor. These are, depending on who you talk to, it's tough with dyno numbers, it's tough with Yamaha's numbers, which they don't talk about a ton, but figure 195, 190 horse on something like this, especially if you start getting into exhausts and power commanders and stuff like that. I can't talk to you about that stuff. That's not dealer stuff that's good to talk about, especially in California. So, but amazing technology in these today. If you haven't kept up with R1, slipper clutch, traction control, launch control, wheelie control, tons of electronics, fully adjustable 43 millimeter Kayaba front forks, obviously, you know, big front rotors. There are a few cosmetic things a lot of guys will do with these, and I'll get back to some of the specs later. Fender eliminators, solo seat caps, tinted windshields, maybe some frame sliders to keep the fairings looking good if you happen to have a tip over. Those won't always save you, but they are something I recommend doing to all sport bikes. This motorcycle, if you're into leader bikes or you're looking for a leader bike, now is the time to go out and get one of these. If you're local to the high desert, you want to come talk to us, we'd love to have you here. But this is probably going to end next year. So that goes for the Gixxer, the CBR, the Cowies, and this. At least that's the plan with California and the EPA in general. So actually not California, the whole country. And from what I hear, that's based on Euro 5 emission standards. So when Europe does something, we usually follow suit. I wish that wasn't the case. I hope it ends up not being the case, but that's looking like what's going to happen. So the R1 has several championships under its belt, and other bikes do too, but this is a legendary motorcycle. We're really happy to have it here. We went through some stuff trying to get it. We weren't initially allocated one of these from Yamaha, so we had to kind of go find this guy. You know, there's a reliability aspect to the Yamahas and the Japanese bikes that's very good. 17,000 mile valve adjustment interval. So if you are looking at one of the European bikes, this bike's going to have equal performance or very close, and it's going to be much, much more maintenance friendly. You can still ride these to work. You can still go out and play on the weekends. This bike's going to do everything. Keep clean air filter in it, like I usually say to you guys. Keep clean oil in it. Every few years when you hit that 17,000 mile point, which is a lot of riding, then you can bring it in for a valve adjustment service. Again, going to be a lot less money than some of the European brands. So, and even on these, there's no sense in even buying tires for them. The tires are very good, and tires can obviously be a catch-22, sticky, hard. You know, these tires are going to be something that's going to get high mileage out of these. But you can always change to something stickier later if you want to make that jump. Okay, these bikes there's nothing you have to do on these anymore in terms of upgrading it right away, other than the previous cosmetic things that I mentioned. So if you have any questions on the R1, the R7s, the upcoming R9, which we'll be getting in pretty soon, or even the new R3, which is amazing too. There's an R model for everybody. So please like and subscribe to these videos. I'm gonna have a lot more coming on every one of those videos that I just mentioned. And I'll leave you with this too. All these Yamahas, 1-year warranty, buy and extended. You've got a lot of electronics, they're very good, but I always preach that in my videos. You don't have to overpay for them, but you should always buy an extended warranty on every new bike that you buy. You'd be surprised how affordable they are. Service and parts, a lot of money back there now, and labor and stuff like that. So if you need it once, it's probably gonna pay for itself. I don't wanna sound like a sales guy, but I am. So please like and subscribe. Any questions on this bike, I'll try to address for you guys as soon as I can. If I don't know, I'll find out for you, especially if you're interested in buying one. You're in the Southern California region. Great store, low prices, no games. So that's about it for today. Keep your eyes out for more, guys, and Moto On.